intellectuals on issues ranging across the spectrum, from housing policies to laws governing organ transplants, have sought to have decision-making discretion taken from those directly involved who have personal knowledge and a personal stake and transferred to third parties who have neither and who pay no price for being wrong. Close quote.
Are you a fan of debate?
No.
Tell me why.
Because debate implies that the person who wins a debate is often the person who is more charismatic or is a better communicator.
Wow.
That typically happens, especially in politics. And if it's a pure matter of opinion, then a person should just simply have their opinion. If it's a matter of objective truths, there should be no debate about it at all. It's not about debate. It's here's the evidence. Now let's make the decision. So for me, debating is all about grandstanding an idea rather than arriving at an actual solution.
So to be fair, you should win 100% of debates.
So again, this counter common sense, you know what's best for your health, therefore we must make the decision in a bureaucracy in Washington.
That's right.
If a subject can be objectively analyzed, then it does not benefit from a debate.
You've been told all your life, and many of these people have, from an early age, they were in the class for bright, gifted children. They were the ones who got into the good high schools. They were the ones who were accepted in colleges that accept less than 10% of the applicants. They've heard this all through their lives. And after a while, they must, in all due modesty, believe it.
But I don't care if anyone else has my opinion.
Yeah, I would say.
So I'm not going to try to convince you of my opinion.
I'm saddened as an educator that we have people in this, the most advanced country the world has ever seen, the wealthiest country the world has ever seen, and we have whole communities among us who are sure Earth is flat, that vaccines are bad, that the virus is an invention by the Chinese or whomever. This is disturbing. I don't know that we have the wisdom to take ourselves deep into the 21st century.
If they had some sense of the loss of freedom, which is infinitely more important than any of the specific issues by themselves, that is, Obamacare really is a huge step towards the loss of freedom.
Are you for scientific debate?
So in a scientific debate, here's how that unfolds. I'm in conversation with you. Let's call it a debate. We know, you and I know, walking into that room, either I'm right and you're wrong,
okay,
you're right and I'm wrong, or we're both wrong. We know that in advance. So we start having the conversation. Well, what about these data? Well, what about these data? I think those data are flawed, and here's why. Well, how about this? Yes, that's a debate. But you know how that debate ends? It ends where, we need this new data set to resolve this difference. Now let's go have a beer.
I mean, and it happens in small ways, but constantly. I mean, we can't have the light bulb that we want in our own home. We can't flush the toilet with the kind of toilet we want. We can't take a shower with the kind of shower head we want. We can't put our garbage out except and broken down by the way that some little gauleiters have decided that we ought to do it. I mean it's just the accretion of these things, many of which are too small to be significant in themselves. But in the aggregate, you can see the tendency of this.
From what we knew at the beginning of COVID to what we know today, what do we know about the vaccine today that we didn't know while we were all testing it in America, taking it? What have we learned now?
What do you mean testing it on America? There were tests before it was released.
9 months is not a long time to test.
No, but it was tested.
Yeah, but 9 months. The average is 30. The average is 5 to 10 years. I mean, 9 months is not enough.
Okay, so you have to
test.
No, you have to ask. Hold on. It was tested in trials. Okay. By the way, I'm not claiming to be the expert on all this. I read all the same things you have, but I'm a scientist, so I read it as a scientist. Okay. There were trials. That's what the point of phase 1, 2, 3 trials are all about. They are tested enough to get data on how to then advise the larger population. Yes, it was tested. For you to say it wasn't tested, is a gap between your awareness and understanding how things work and what actually happens.
The people who think they know better and they ought to be telling us what to do, those people are the danger. And if you don't see that, then I'm not sure what the future is going to be like.
Seriously, I cannot understand a single word you're saying.